Okay, let's see if that one works. Right. Right, now. Hello. So people are seeing this. Am I actually live though? Because I'm having a hard time finding. Well, hello everyone. Yay. Confusing. Okay, so I am live. Good. Where's the video then? The live notifications went out. Okay. Because I tried 2 systems for this. Because I'm not the one that sets up lives. Stuart is, and he has it all set up, and I don't really do it. So I've got. And it is public. But if I go to the main Trek Yards channel, I don't see us as being live. So that's quite confusing. I mean, okay. But if it's not findable, then that's an issue. Maybe it thinks I can only do. Well, as people are sort of saying, there's 2 gates on Earth, so there's two lives going great here. I just want to edit. Manage. I don't want that. Is that a button? Or does it want me to? Okay, I'm going to delete this, and I wonder if it'll override it. God, the new system's terrible. I do not approve of the new system. Go to the videos. Okay, so maybe because I just deleted the other one, it has shown up. Maybe. Track yards. I see in videos it does not show to me. Home it doesn't. Ah, okay, now there we go. Okay, now I think I've solved it. Yay. Hello. We see you now. I was trying. It's confusing. The previous system was great because I could just press go and it went. This one was not that easy. Gonna be honest. Because I was trying to do it through OBS as a whole thing, so a little bit confusing. I was here at the right time. I was, but it didn't go well. But now I'm live, and now I have to make it work. Okay, now I'm going to share. And as I share, I'm going to scroll through. I took the time earlier today. Oh. Why is that being issue-y? Well, it's not even going to let me do it. Okay, great. Well, this is going great so far. I'm going to share the video, though. I'm going to share what we're doing. And as you guys can see, it's a drinking super chat live. So if you want me to partake in a cider or a shot, then I will. These are also to support the channel and such. We're getting to talking about the best and worst Stargate episodes, and I got this one planned to go a little bit longer than possible the other ones. Talk about the entire Stargate franchise, SG-1ness, because guess what? I quite like Stargate. I mean, can you tell? What do you think? Do I look smart? Do I look very official in my Stargateiness? Well, they both work, don't they? SG-11, SG Command. Yeah, she looks pretty good. You got the season 1 picture on the other side. But yes, I've got shots and I've got not shots, and it'll get more fun as I get more boozy. If you guys want to support, and super chat questions, comments, thoughts, well, I'd share. This could go terrible, and well, and terrible, and well. All the above. So let me just share this right now. We are live right now on YouTube talking the best and worst hit SG-1 episodes. This is also a drinking stream, so come just sharing that so people know we exist. And then we can get started talking about a superb franchise. Now I'm guessing, because you guys are all here, you are fans of Stargate. I am too. So do tell me, guys, in the chat, and I'll read them out. Are you a fan because of the original movie, or did you watch the TV show first? I'm kind of doing a poll within a poll, so do let me know. Do let me know. And we're doing well. Live stream. I'm just going to reset this so I've got access to. But yeah, let me know if you found it via the TV show or the movie. I actually found Stargate because we were at a friend of ours' house and they were watching the one in which Jack's brain gets all the ancient knowledge, and I just remember in their front room watching the last little bit with the Asgard, and I guess Dad was quite interested. And so he brought the show to us as a family, and we then started watching it. And then, but that was, I think, about season. I remember watching quite a lot of it. And by the way, this is the. I went ahead and I got one screen cap from every single episode. This is a super cut of every single episode in the entire franchise. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. But yeah. That episode we started watching, and then we got live, and I remember watching, I believe the one where Hathor is fake the future. I think we watched that one live. Then from then on, and then also SG-1, SG-U, SG-A, all the movies and such. So it's relatively early on, but it wasn't straight away. I have no idea when I watched the movie. I'm assuming after that. Actually, that's not true. This is memories right now. And again, do super chat for shots or drinks. The first time I watched the movie, we used to have these other family friends, and we went to their house, and the parents would just talk to my parents would talk to the friends they had. Let me slow this down. Well, that's fine. And I remember they would. I have no idea how old I was, but they would put me in another room. And there was this wicker TV holder thing that you open up, and it's a TV, big old school TV. And I remember watching Stargate on their TV, and that kept me quiet. But I remember we went there a couple of times, and each time I watched Stargate, so I have very distinct memories of a few bits. And then this wonderful table that was made of it wasn't pennies, but it was kind of like, that's what my brain remembers. But I think it's just like raised circles. I remember watching it there. So was that before SG-1? As in before? It must have been. I'll have to ask them which family friends they were. Huh. So I guess I had slightly more legacy, but that must have been early-ish 90s. Media pending. Oops, hadn't loaded yet. Oops. And then I watched Atlantis with a great passion because the added sci-fi-ness that came with Atlantis. big fan of that. And then obviously when Universe got announced, I was excited. I don't think any of us couldn't be. I remember the first trailer was really exciting. That was a cool music, cool premise. The fact they had a geek in the show was really fun. So I enjoyed that. I remember watching it week on week in the family home, and I remember thinking it was quite. Well, it's very slow. But then I rewatched it. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was still a good show. It was just very slow. And then season 2, I'm glad it's season 2. And I thought the end of season 2 was really, really good. It was one of the best Gate for a long time. But I was only watching Universe again for a convention, actually, because I was interviewing David Blue, who played Eli Wallace, the famous Eli Wallace. I rewatched all of Universe in about 3 weeks. To the point of doing like 2 or 3 a night to try and burn through it. And then in that format, wow, it was ahead of its time. And really, really good storytelling, really, really good character. We expect serialized dramas now, we expect long form content. And that was doing it well before a lot, obviously all shows, but just the way it was doing it was much more like a Netflix show where it puts all the episodes out at once, you just binge watch, you enjoy it as a full story. And so in that format, I really enjoyed Universe again, and you forget so much because it's been years. And I really enjoyed watching Universe. I thought it was a lot of fun, in a sort of a not a lot of fun way, if that makes sense. Oh, Stuart, drink, yay! Treyarch and Samuel, Smallville and Arrow are sci-fi. Anything with superheroes is sci-fi. See, just Arrow just is so. I know technically it is, but the most soft. We have a conversation in the admin chat about sci-fi and the fact that Stargate SG-1 was the longest running sci-fi, and we were saying how we had other shows like Smallville go further, but I would barely call that sci-fi because it's just really a teen young adult drama. Try to stay away from whatever, and I was arguing that I think superhero shows are classed as a separate genre because Arrow is definitely not sci-fi. I mean, they have tech, but also things have tech. It's a superhero. It's a martial arty one. It's action adventure fantasy. I wouldn't call it sci-fi. Flash I would call more sci-fi because they actually have more time travel and stuff. And then Legends of Tomorrow is certainly sci-fi, but I wouldn't call Arrow sci-fi. And Stuart's just saying shut up, it is sci-fi. Anything superhero sci-fi, but it's like Batman's not sci-fi. It's like how Jessica Jones is not sci-fi. You know what I mean? It's not that easy a clarification. So yeah, let's talk to the chat then, while we're still going through every episode in order. Hopefully bring back some fun memories, hopefully. Because my question was, movie or show first? Hey, things were great live stream, thank you. Mr. Miles saw the movie first, Jonathan television show first, Dystopian movie, Dr. T movie, Hawkins movie, Car Galaxy movie, lots of movie, okay. Movie and series, even though they weren't really linked. Pah! They are linked, pah! I didn't find SG-1 until many years after I watched the movie. This type of movie is very good, it is. The Groundhog Day one was hilarious, yes. Oh, I found it via my mum, and she's a huge STG fan, introduced me to it on TV. The original version of the pilot was an 18 because the lady was naked and you can see her V, and because the version had more PG, yes. Trekkies, Miles, TG, if Jeff, screenshots into SG-1 movies. No, I didn't count that as episodes for this, although we can do like a best of those movies. I agree, I could have, but I don't think they quite classified in this experience. Ooh, Pixels at Dawn is in the cinema. That's cool. Dan to think certain things change between the movie and the TV show. Yes, Dan. That's obvious. That is obvious. Hey, I agree, Samuel. Yay. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is sci-fi and superhero. Okay. Well, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is more sci-fi. It's fi, just not sci. That's good. Comics are sci-fi because they're based on scientific topics. If you wanna, sure, if you go for that. Universe was Stargate's foray into BSG style, and the fanbase wasn't really ready for it. Yes, I would agree, but now it certainly holds up even more. 58 people watching, 26 people, no super chats yet. I know I'm here early, but I definitely want to make this a longer stream. Don't talk to you guys and have some fun with it. But we need people and interaction and super chats for me to drink, because I want to be able to drink, and that's, I think that's important. Yeah, it's just want to be the thing. So where are we at with this one? Season 10, the Parasite one. That Parasite one. Almost the end of the season here when the Ori appeared, and we're almost at the movie Camelot. I know it's the end of season 9. It was funny, when I was reliving this, I had to do, I did all the episodes, so I got to relive the entire franchise in like 2.5 hours. That was pretty fun. There's a lot of good. I mean, I always say Stargate. Well, I was just talking about Stargate SG-1 today. Stargate SG-1 is a very, very good series because, unlike most shows, well, its premise was excellent. The casting was excellent. The VFX are damn good for their time. They still hold up well today. The art design is really, really good. The fact they went to alien planets, the fact that they realised those concepts very well, the fact they built mostly practical sets. The CGI was very limited, which, unlike that we just saw, it gave a lot of reality to it, obviously. And while SG-1 Season 1 was good, concepts over execution, but cast and art design, I think it's a tremendous example of a show that jumps in quality so drastically from Season 1 to Season 2. Season 2 is the start of the road easily. It just gets better and better and better up until Season 8, and these are all my opinions. Season 8, I think it dips with some really some pretty and we'll get into those later because some of my are in Season 8. But having Jack be there only part-time really let the show down, because you need that general. They half-assed it and it really didn't pay off. Soft reboot. Season 9, I think they're all great. I think casting of Vala and Cameron is great. Really, really good. Val being bigger villain, as we just see, Adriel, all that stuff is good. As we get into Season 10, I think is rather good and is a good build-up because of Season 9. Season 9 is less good, but building Season 10 is very good. And all we're ending going through the gate. So that's all of. So you lived all through Stargate SG-1, but obviously we started with the original 4 looking young, and I've met them all a couple of times actually. Jarzia, yay, Canadian $5. Hashtag Sam drink. Yep. Oops. Yeah. Even though 10, but I mean, I can whatever. Just super chat. I'll whatever. Jarzy, yeah. Can we take a moment to appreciate how horrible Star Trek's Threshold was? How amazing SG-1's Threshold was. It's an episode opposite quality of story. Which was SG-1's Threshold? SG-1 Threshold. Ooh, yes, that's the one in which Tilk has to remember that he's not the first Prime of Apophis anymore. That he's in fact a good guy. And then Threshold in Star Trek, I believe. Isn't that the Warp 10 one? It is the Warp 10 one. Yes, very, very different. I love the custom armors in this one. Yes, good episode. And I love the continuity of that one as well. For sure. Thank you, Jarzia. Much appreciated. Dan 23. Stargate Universe also had a number of episodes that were done in the style that Floating Kino, I think it's called. Kido. Yes, Kino. Yeah, they did one short per episode, and only 2 of them were like really canon adding, but they're very nice, and I really produce it. And yes, Dan 23, the animated series is not good. We do not need to talk of that, as Mr. Miles agrees. Marina, nice, alright. Have I met? Oh, I don't think I've met her yet. Ooh, 72 people watching. Awesome. So let's. Well, I want to do. Okay. Okay. This is obviously to you guys. We're having interactive conversation. Like I say, I have booze if you want to support. Would you like me to go through some of my favourite episodes first, or alternately, I was thinking of going through season 1 and talking through, because it starts with season 1, the best and worst of season 1, and how much they hold up, don't hold up, and kind of like talking through them and seeing what you guys think, and giving my thoughts and just the good and the bad. Or do you want me to go straight to say maybe like one of my favourites, or two of my favourites, or such? Would like to know. Would like to know. And let me get those images while... No, that's going to be difficult, isn't it? But yeah, let me know, and I can do... That's a good one. That's a good one. Well, Nox is good too. Total one's pretty good. That one's great. That one's great. See, it's amazing. You go through and you're like, there are so many good episodes. You've got to be very specific which ones you don't like at that point. That one's good. So I'm just picking out my personal, what I rather like, and I guess I can narrow them down afterwards. Although I missed one there, but that's okay. Aris Bock definitely deserves to be in there. I quite like those ones. Oh, I don't know if I like that one. Well, of course that one gets in. I'm just waiting to go back and... The armband, yes. And obviously that one. That's a good selection to start off with. Let's see what you guys want them. Go in order from first to last and talk about them. What do you mean audio clipping? That's a good selection to start off with. Let's see what you guys want them. Go in order from first to last and talk about them. What do you mean? I'm too loud. Right. Sorry, someone should have said. There we go. Now I'm much, much lower. Sorry about that. What do you mean? I'm too loud. Right. Sorry, someone should have said. There we go. Now I'm much, much lower. Sorry about that. And there we go. We did say, well, one or two people said I didn't really see. Don't forget window opportunity. How could I? Made you want to go quieter. Yes, that was requested. So, we got the only person to say was in order. So, first one, Children of the Gods, whereby the world suddenly expands from being the movie where Abydos is in a different galaxy and we have a single villain who we killed, but they're Naquadah and they're a Stargate, and suddenly someone else comes to the gate and it's this other guy, his eyes are glowing, it's like, oh my god, it's another guy. And they're back to Abydos trying to find, but in the meantime they've found this cartouche and hundreds of gate addresses. Oh no, the universe is bigger than we thought. And they've got to successfully adventure, they get captured, again, I couldn't do screen caps for a billion things, I couldn't count one per episode. They find Apophis, Shara gets kidnapped, new hosts for Apophis, and interesting stuff, and a pretty good pilot movie, and the director's cuts, I think, rather good, and it fixes quite a few fun things. Chlorel via Skara, you get a good sense of tension, you get a good sense of who Tilk is, or at least what he's going through. The culture comes to life. Instantly the development of the baseline idea. It takes what the movie did, expands upon it. Huge difference, and yet you get the super familiar of these characters and the Stargate itself, and the room stays the same. And it's a tremendous. There's so many shows based on movies where it's just very much a. It's just such a. Wow, that was a half-assed idea. But actually, this one was a conceptual idea, and it took a whole new place. And obviously, you get 10 seasons and 2 spin-offs and 2 other movies. You can't really go wrong, can you? Hi, Carlos. Hiya. So Children of the Gods, I think rather good. Sets everyone up. You get a good dynamic between all the characters. You get to see the old Abydosian dad, whose name is Kasuf, and Skara, aka Chlorel, then, and you get to Shara, and it's a really good continuation, and also sets up a good season, because it's like, wow, that was dramatic. Then we get a show that's not afraid of having continuity, Episode 2, Kowalski, who was on the original mission as well, I believe. Oh no, he's infested by a Gould. Although it's funny because it's a lava Gould that was in a Jafar. So I guess he was just ready for maturation. And then Kowalski goes all evil until, to prove himself, whatever, ends up killing Kowalski. And it's pretty cool, and I guess it earns his trust. And it's pretty graphic. And for such a nice actor, Jay, I've met him a couple of times, dies, you know. But a good episode as well. And it's fun to see like a 3-parter, basically. Then you got the one with the... how do you describe those? Mongolian, I guess? Very feministy, strong woman one, but it's a good cultural one. And again, you look at the art design, the craftsmanship on these costumes, probably a bit outdated now, but it's definitely but yeah, definitely a decent episode, and I mean, there's still character-focused episodes for sure. This one's, if you guys recall, and let me brighten up for you. This one is where there's a dark area to the world and there's a light area to the world, and everyone in the dark area has got this weird disease thing that makes them go all barbaric and devolving, and some SG-1 catch it, and there's a chemistry scene between O'Neill and Carter right from the start that, you know, they might get somewhere or not, and not as memorable. And I was going through all the different episodes, and I was remembering which ones weren't as memorable. That's the one that certainly wasn't as memorable, but that's okay. And guys, do ask me questions or comments or whatever, because I'd love to that was sent. Still too much? Really? Okay, even lower them. Yeah. Then you got this, and this one I find I always forget this is even in season 1. I think it's actually quite adult for the time, whereby an old Gould now got a plant, and there's these tribal people and an SG team sort of taking advantage of their god mythology, and one of the leader dude wants to be a god, and they have to deal with repercussions of some bad eggs going out in the SG world, and it's quite an interesting one to take straight from the offset and sacrificing people through the wormhole and stuff. It's actually a pretty interesting one. You sort of forget it's season 1. The aging one, again, good art design, and they do quite a lot of aging makeup in the show, and it's funny how that does not at all look like RDA now, Richard Anderson. But good actors and a good vibe on that one. Again, great art design. Jazia, call episode names as you go through. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm going to have to find them then. Hold on. I can do that, though. Is it 100 days, or is that the later one? No, I haven't done every single episode. A few I've just sort of skipped. This one is Cold Lazarus. There you go. Dan 23. Cross Gould came back in a few episodes. Yes, he was they like bring back people in alternate reality parts. I think your mic is faulty. Just sounds a little wrong. Let me listen then, because I can't tell if I'm not hearing it. I think your mic is faulty. Just sounds a little wrong. Let me listen then, because I can't tell if I'm not hearing it. Is it because of the... Okay, I turned off the fans because it's quite... Well, I gotta turn that off, and I did the fans on because actually it's quite warm in here. So I gotta... Already now it's too warm. So let's see. I did the fans on because it's still warm in here. It's still clipping, isn't it? Well, I'll lower the gain even more. Now I'm all in the green. See how that sounds then. I haven't done anything different with it, so it should sound fine. If that's made a difference or not. All in the green. See how that sounds then. I haven't done anything different with it, so it should sound fine. There we go. Okay, that sounds better. Oh, okay, that's interesting. The wiki order is different to the order of the DVD. That's interesting. Because yeah, it's Brief Candle, but it says now it's called Lazarus, the one with the crystals and it's the one that deals with Jack's son being dead. That dramatic topic they don't really expound upon throughout the whole season. But oh well. Not really a particularly great one. This is on the lower end of the spectrum. Now, Thor's Hammer, though. Thor's Hammer is great. It shows they're really trying to develop the universe quickly, to develop the Asgard mythos right from the start. And I was watching a few hours in green screen, a few episodes, and it's amazing if you watch it sort of quickly, in order. It feels as if it's all considered and thought through, and it wasn't, necessarily. But it was pretty impressive, and that one I think stands out with great art design, the Eunice. Really good design. Sense of camaraderie, sense of family, sense of Tilk being trusted in one of the team and destroying it, and consequences later on. And this is definitely a good one for season 1. I give it all credit. Thor's Hammer. Oh no, yeah, there's the Eunice. I think he's voiced by James Earl Jones. How cool is that? Aaron Sniff, there is a Stargate Origins or Origins out there. Yes. Yes, they have a yeah, they have they're a web series, and then there's a movie cut as well. It's okay. It's okay. Come on, guys. I have some booze. You have to help me out. I know I'm early on a Sunday, but numbers aren't really going up, and I'm here to talk to you guys. Have some fun. And talk about the Stargates. Let me lower the mic even more then. Now I'm well below. I've not watched Origins yet, 10 episodes. Well, if you go on the if you be part of the Stargate Network site, then you can watch all of it as a movie as well. And they apparently re-edit it slightly and fix a few little problems. But it's not too bad. It's not good. I always say that Origins is decent as a story concept, but money was spent in some of the wrong places, and it kind of feels that way. Next for season 1, you've got Torment of Tantalus, where you get the 5 races, and straight away we get the ancient language. You get the Nox, the Furling, the Asgard, obviously. Again, nice linking, nice CGI, nice imagery, and I guess this links us in even more that the Gould stole the gate technology, because this holographic beacon thing that creates the particles, the common language of all races, is of course Gould looking, because the Gould stole it for the Ancients, or at least this iteration of the Ancients. And to have the prequel story of how Langford went through the gate, and for it to be the actor who played Carson Beckett, just much younger, is kind of weird. He's played, I think, 2 or 3 roles, maybe 3, I think just 2 in the Stargate franchise. And to have him go through a gate 30 years ago, 40 years ago, oops. He's in a wetsuit thing with a air mask, and he has to go through an air tube. Pretty funny. Jeff Jacobs, I'll go early. Oh, $5.42. That's awesome. I'll go early for 50 likes to put my money where my mouth is. Drink if you please, sir. Everyone else pay. Make me pay. Make Jeff pay. Hashtag. Yes. And please do like. 42 likes. Let's get to 50. 74 people watching. We're going 35 minutes. Hopefully more people will join in. Awesome. Bloodlines, the introduction of Ryak, and the wife, who gets recast quite quickly. Ryak, not a bad character, a couple of good things, and definitely a good way to get Tilk back to Chulak and to deal with his dealings with Apophis and such, and what is the repercussions of betraying your god? Well, many. And it's not a bad episode, and it's good from a cultural perspective, although it's not the best either scripted or shot. This one I find very forgettable. This is Fire and Water. Aiden Squid Dude kidnaps Daniel because he gets on their planet, and that's really all I remember. Great makeup, really forgettable. What do you guys think? Do you remember the monster? Dan23, there are differences between DVD and TV. One is how the opening credits look. Yeah, someone once said to me that 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 Atlantis removed the tile sequence because they watched on TV, and I said no, they didn't. Just in your country they did, but for the DVD and the my country they didn't. So I don't know what you're exactly referring to. Oh, do you mean the remastered? You mean the raw face? Maybe. Next, the Nox. Now that's a famous one. Well, they were sort of a bit underused. Well, hopefully you guys noticed Armin Shimon, who plays Quark. Quite a few Trek actors, which we will get to. I happen to make screen caps of all of them. Yay. And it's a good episode. It's a good moral one. Apophis gets a full-on back, although given the amount of ships and weapons Gould get later on, it's weird to see him in gold armour with just two Jafar hanging out. It does seem a bit weird and underpowered. Especially he's meant to be a system lord and blah blah blah. But that's a whole thing later on. But it's a good episode. The Nox are well acted. It's a good reveal, and then the end being all advanced and special is definitely a fun one. And their comeback is always good. Hathor, homegrown. Well, there's many Gould stuck on Earth actually when you think about it, and this was definitely a memorable one. And I happened to see this woman, Suan is her name, in at the convention last weekend. That was nice. I photoshoot with her on the green screen, just talked to her a little bit, said hi. You know, she's aged well, still just as enigmatic and actorial. And again, when you watch Stargate, and I think this time around you see there's a lot of continuity. You appreciate a lot of continuity. Mr. Mars, Chief Engineer, Trek Yards. Here's a classic. Could a powerful Gould take control of a Wraith Queen? Define a powerful Gould. Because Baal was able to take on Adria when she had all the power of the Ori. And that's quite a powerful person given the spectral plane power she has. A Wraith Queen, I would assume that a Wraith Queen could heal away the Gould's ability to interfere with it. So I would say no on a purely biological level. That it could find a way of fighting it, and the Gould isn't enough to do that. Now maybe short term, I could imagine the Wraith just use its antibodies and would kill the Gould by the end of it. That's my idea, but I mean maybe like an underling would be kind of fun. It certainly would have been fun to see the Wraith make up with a brr 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 Gould sound effect. So that's my thought there. Hope that answers your question. And please do super chat for more questions. Yes, Dan, I already mentioned the James Earl Jones. Yes. But yeah, Hathor, good episode. Oh, why has it gone grey? That's weird. Why is it? Oh, did I move the... Don't think I did. Oh, maybe I did. Oh, weird. Weird. I'm so confused. That just completely destroyed the framing, didn't it? Anyway, this one also quite forgettable, although I like the set design. This one is called Singularity. Nope, it's called Cora I. So those are out of order as well. Cora I, yeah, decent. I like the crossbows. It's a good morality thing. Again, Apophis gets been via flashback. Good morality, good question of guilt, non-guilt, and good acting. Certainly. A lot of these are just kind of like good but not great, and they've got sort of non-connectivity with being epic. You know? 67 people watching, still 47 likes. Please do like if you want. And if people don't turn up or don't super chat, then I'm not going to do this for as many hours as I hoped then, guys. I was hoping to get... Last time we got over 100 people to look at Stargate ships. I know we're not Stargate ships, but this is surely, you know, everyone can enjoy this sort of content. I was hoping you guys would, you know, pay me to drink as well. But if you don't want to, then you won't, and disappointing for everyone. But oh well. Singularity with Cassandra. Even more Gouldy stuff, and they mentioned it's Nearty. She's in it a few times, and Cassandra's a decent story. And I like the first reveal of a Gould mothership via a telescope, and the first off-world base, which is quite ballsy from the time. The Tolans with weird costumes. What a great start with the ash and stuff. This one's called Enigma. Good episode. And Nareem is Garwin Stanford. Definitely stands out as a good guest star, and it's our first example of a... Well, it's not. No, it's not. I guess we already had the Nox. No example of an advanced race. They haven't all been defeated by the Gould, although I guess all the good guys don't really want to be bad, so they don't want to destroy things. Even the Gould are mercilessly going out there doing mean things, and would have been fun to see like a Tolan spaceship. That'd have been cool to see. Like, what are their spaceships like if their ion cannons are that good? We're hoping to get 38 ion cannons, roughly. Good stuff, good stuff. 65 people watching, boo. I forgot he was in Season 1. And again, he leads up to a great secondary one. Contraya. There we go, Tin Man. This is a fun one. And you don't see it coming. I think it's a good build, and Tilt going crazy being a villain's fun. Yeah, good, great casting, great casting. And again, continuity. This one being so important to the Antarctica gate and other things. You know, it makes you think it's all planned. You know, having this gate in Antarctica. It wasn't. But it's very cool. It's a great idea, and it's a nice story. There's obviously some chemistry between the two actors and the two people very early on. They don't necessarily use it to its fullest. And what was the story behind this one specifically? There was a second gate. Oh, because Ra brought the other gate, so I guess, yeah, because they did have a gate and it was this gate, but then this gate was buried, so Ra brought his own gate, and that was the gate that is found in Giza, because Giza Egyptians, all that jazz. But good episode, and I like the simple mystery. We can't... Second gate discovered, apparently the first gate the ancients built. Don't know about that, since the Destiny gates were first, so they would have been the first gates built. SG-1 gates were second, and Atlantis gates were last. So no, it would have been the first of that game. If it was, I don't know if they were based on Earth, but that'd be the next gen. Car Galaxy, nope, nothing from no, nothing from anyone so far. I'll wait for it to come through. Yep, Car Galaxy, yep it does. Yes it does. For Earth, the Antarctica gate was first, yep, already said that. Dan 23, it's annoying that she only chose Dull Earth. Yeah, that is a very, that's very obvious little plot hole that should, but I guess how many nice planets do you know? I guess you could argue most aren't bad. Lots of windows. Refreshing the page. Oh, that makes you wonder how many, if there's only 24 gate addresses, there's more than that symbols? Because if each one's got a point of origin, you gotta have more than that just to have the 24, maybe. I don't know, like how many all the gates have all the same. Mr. Miles, do you have a blue version of this that uniform? Well, there isn't a blue version of this uniform. This is a unique uniform with the collar and stuff. I think you mean the blue BDUs, which is a simple BDU. I don't know blue BDU, but I have a full Atlantis, full Universe, full SG-1, and my dad has a full black. Technically I can wear a flight suit, but I don't wear it much. Next episode. This one I thought was really good. I thought this was really clever, and a good sci-fi premise used to tell an important story. To show is the kind of the alternate universe. What if, to show us what would happen if everything got blown up and destroyed. And this one's called There Through the Grace of God. And again, the second one of this is a really, really good one. And see Catherine again's fun, and see everyone get shot at, and to see the death factor is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. And one cool screen cap as well. Come on, guys, we've been going 45 minutes, only 3 super chats. That is none at all. Please do, please do. Mr. Miles, I dislike that it's too much of an ugh. It's too powerful a tool we'll never see again. Well, we'll see it once, but it's true. It's true. Obviously, it sets up the fact that you've got when she Guardian Forever. Yeah, that certainly is a parallel. Yeah, would have been easy to say they destroyed it with the second thing. Don't know. Come on, guys, I have more booze. Please do super chat anything. Otherwise, I won't be here for the 2 or 3 hours I planned, because no point. I've got other things I should be doing or could be doing. So I want to, have a fun time with you guys and help. Oh, there we go. Wolfgang Sigmus, $5.32 American. What does Mr. Wolfgang say about Stargate? He says, cheers, Sam. Oh. I guess I'll cheers. From Germany, sir. I'm glad I did it earlier then, because it's not as late for you. Because I guess it's a bit earlier today. Then you got the clip show. 10 you got politics. And there's like 3 or 4 clip shows in the entire show. But Kenzie. Great actor, obviously, and memorable, and obviously it's good to have the overall politics stuff. And to be fair, this does set up the fact that the Stargate program has to get closed down, which sets up the impetus for the next one. So there is a reason for it, but so they're trying to save money, because the next one is all new sets and costumes and characters and actors and extras and stuff. So they're saving budget, and it works fine. It's when you kind of skip through mentally. And the last of the season, we see a Ghoul Mothership, we see the Peltac, although it's just a big room with not a well-designed Peltac, but the concept of it's well-designed, but they have a lot of sets to build, and they, compared to later bridge sets, it's amazing how massive this is and how small everything else is after the fact. But it's great to see all the Jafar. I absolutely adore the reveal of this being in a spaceship. Going to a ghoul base. Daniel says in the There Through the Grace of God parallel universe. I found the coordinates for the base they're attacking from. No base. And just a simple idea of having a Stargate on a ship. You don't think of it until you see it in the show. Because obviously once you get in orbit, it overrides. Well, whatever. It can override. Oh no, yeah, the override because it's got a DHD. A DHD version of the Stargate overrides. And you can dial it out. You can dial it from either. So what you would do is when you got to a planet, I'm just trying to think in the general, go out old military techniques. Jesus Christ! You fly to a planet with a Stargate. You dial out once you're there, therefore stopping people from dialing in, and you've made them redundant. The other gate redundant, so you're not necessarily overriding per se. You're just getting a busy signal. I love Chlorel in this. I think Apophis is great, and just. Really good episode, and the scale just jumps. I absolutely love that. Car Galaxy Studio, let's talk tech, Sam. What are some of your favourite techs based in Stargate? Car Galaxy, I feel like that's a super chat question. I feel like that's an important super chat question because I'd love to answer that, but you know, yeah. Yes, Dan 23. There's a we know there's a season 3 episode with Mirror Universe Kowalski. That I've already mentioned it. At least get the likes going, people. Only 60 likes now, although less people watching, which is a bit sad. No, Mr. Miles, Chief Engineer, don't worry. We do these often enough that any support sort of it just builds. That's why doing random ones is also nice too. It is, but saving for Vid Summit. Sorry, Sam. Is that the VidCon YouTube Summit thing? It's fine. I mean, that's, yeah. If you can't, that's all good. Yes, David Hilton. That is 2010. That is a good one. And Raj, yes, first time hyperspace. We see it first of all going like there is a must be in a Gould cargo ship, and it's like no, it's a warship. I've never been in a vessel like this. It's like you've been on cargo. Everybody's cargo ships. What are you on about? Oh well. But Galaxy favourites tech then. I like the drones from Atlantis. I like the Daedalus, obviously the ships. I like Ronan's gun. I like actual generators. I think the anti-replicator built by Jack's brain is good. I think ZPM's amazing. Just really good art design. Oh yes, but it's the strategy conference one, not the normal VidCon fan. But I don't know what that. Explain what the strategy conference is, because I have no idea. And Jeff Jacobs, $2, 50 likes, more at 100. SG-1 has the best time new episode. It is very good. It is very, very good. A lot of fun. So season 1 then. Best and worst. Best and worst of season 1. What do you guys think? I think season finale definitely one of the best. Mirror one of the best. Frozen probably one of the best. Hathor one of the best. Thor's Hammer one of the best. Wow, I got through this quickly. Is that 20? Okay, well, and Children of the Gods one of the best. But I'm going to have to give best of season 1 to the series finale, because I think it's really good, and see them go off mission is really fun, and the camaraderie is really felt. So I think season 1, episode 22, Within the Serpent's Grasp, is the best for me of season 1. Do you guys agree? And the least good episode for me of season 1 would have to be this one, which was Fire and Water, because it's forgettable. I couldn't tell you the plot. Makeup's great, couldn't tell you the plot. Do you guys agree? Let me know what you think in the comments below. It's cringy, was it? Yeah, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. File skip chin. Yes, thank you, Jeff Jacobs. I was just thinking that. He really does have one like that. Tim Theo, no, it's not the worst of season 1. Don't lie, Samuel. What's worse then? I mean, hey, I'm here to talk to you guys. What do you think is the worst one of season 1? Because I mean, that's not great, but it's written pretty well. Bloodlines, I think, is fine. I mean, this one, the Crystal one's not good, but it's also backstory worthy. I mean, what this one? But it's interesting. It's a good moral story. Broker Divide's not great, but it's at least an interesting sci-fi story. And this one, what was that called? Emancipation. I think Card as well in it, so I'm going to give her all points for that. Well, what do you guys think? What do you guys think then? The worst one. Why was I wrong, Tim? Oh, Card Galaxy. Cool. We'll enjoy. Miles, Chief. Yeah. Well, yeah. Can I count the final cut for Children of the Gods? If so, that's my favourite for season 1. I guess I'll consider that season 1.1, or like, well, I'd call episode 0 really. I don't know. It's too long. I'd still want to say I would rather have that as one of the movies, just because based on the length of it. Otherwise, you could then sort of count the two-parter, end of season 1, start of season 2 as yeah. Anyway. Any other comments to read? I think it's Sam's coming back to it. The guy with the blue droopy face with tentacles hanging off it. The children's Lux and Farscape. It really was, though. I give season 1 of SG-1 6 out of 10 out of 6/7 out of 10. Pod is just a recap episode, says DTM Miserblade. This is true, but then wouldn't any clip show therefore just be the worst of its season? I felt that's I didn't think of that, but that is a true. Yeah, but I felt that's not. Yeah, I'm still gonna stick with my choice. Let's move to season 2, and I'm just gonna, because people aren't really tuning in for this, I'll just say a few brief things about season 2 then. And then we'll sort of, again, I like the idea of going through, what do you think, best and worst. Season 2 starts with the second part of Cliffhanger with Apophis. Doesn't get killed, but I think he's killed. And season 2, episode 1's funny because after that they say, yes, Apophis is defeated, his best men were on those 2 ships. And it's like, really? 2 ships. And one of which was Chlorel's ship. Yes, it's his son, but we see later on Chlorel's own army and such. So it's not as if, each Gould, even being a son, still wants to kill their father at some point or whatnot. Great episode though, and to introduce and to re-see Braytak. I mean, the amount of impact he had in his first one, Bloodlines, was really good. I think that's a great episode. The Tok'ra one, and you want me to do episode names, don't you? In Our Duty, pretty good. Again, great introduction to Tok'ra. Don't like Prisoners as much. I think this art design's good. The ending's pretty good. Gatekeeper, come on. That's a good one. That's a fun one. I've actually been to the location of the domes in Gatekeeper as well. I just rewatched this episode. Need, actually pretty good. It's weird to see how lack of escapee Jack is in the team. In this episode, they go to a planet. It looks as if there's a Gould doing an aqueduct mine there. There's a full pyramid, and they see a woman veer off and try and commit suicide, and Daniel, being the nice guy he is, stops her, and instantly they get captured and get put to the mines. But Daniel's injured. They have to sarcophagus him, Gould sarcophagus, to heal him. Yay! But the girl he saved kind of falls in love with him and tries to manipulate him by getting hooked on the sarcophagus, and he turns into this fab fashion wearing arse, and he keeps sort of politely declining to get Jack and things out of the mines. They're dying down there, they say. I know it's hard to escape, that's fine, but in any other show where it was important to escape, we would escape. So I just rewatched it, I just found it a bit weird that they didn't escape, and apart from that one almost, but there's more than one, you assume. But I like how easy they get out when they do, and there's some nice bits there, and the ending's good, so I definitely holds up pretty well. Good acting. I mean, this season 2 is where it gets just instantly better. I mean, look, already we've got the first one's good, this one's good, that one's okay, this one's good, that one's good. Thor's Chariot, Asgard, the Beliskna, and of course the Asgard design we're seeing as well. Royal Aliens, how cool is that? Fun episode, great continuity, great reveal of the Asgard. Fun, and to see the big strapping Asgard, Thor, and it's like, hello, I'm Thor. Fun stuff indeed. Let's go back to the chat. No more super chats. That's disappointing. WSI Trek. When was the X302 introduced? It was season 5, I believe. Yeah, season 5. Daniel has been sarcophagus, but he still has his eyesight problems. Not until he's sarcophagized a few times then he loses it, but sarcophagus effects are limited, I guess. And someone says check PayPal. Takes a few minutes to go through, so I will come back to that in a moment. But thank you. Oh no, there we go. Oh wow, that's a cool. Thank you, Martin Diaz. $20. That is incredible. For the Asgard. Hashtag Sam drink. Well, I'm not gonna get shots out because no one seems to really care about me drinking, but I'm gonna. Thank you, kind sir. What's great is actually that donation rather than super chat that goes towards our joint account, which goes towards trips and things. So you just support a trip rather than our YouTube thing. Dan23 is a great question. Where actually does the ship sweep all the pyramids and people to? I would just assume very similar to the Wraith beam. It would just beam to a pattern buffer, and then it would just hyperspace to Herua's planet and be like, and re-put them somewhere. I think that could be kind of fun. Jeff Jacobs, a full shot requires also getting a secondary drink. Hey, if multiple people want to make me have a shot, I will go get the shots. But no one even cares I'm drinking yet, even though I'm getting slurred, which is good. So make me drink. It's like make Jeff pay, make Sam drink. MSD. MSD. There you go. Pixels at Dawn, £2. Favorite SG-1 race? Ooh, that is a darn tricky one. Is it a cop out to say Asgard? Because they're so iconic, so definitive, so interesting. If I was going to go for a secondary, because that might be too obvious. I'm tempted to say Unis, because they're interesting. And actually quite a bit. Oh Jesus. Any other alternates? I mean, even a human form because they're kind of interesting. But I'm gonna have to say Asgard. But thank you, Pixel at Dawn, you're awesome. This one I still remember as being kind of gruesome. This one called Message in a Bottle. Not as good as Star Trek's Message in a Bottle, which is the alternate, as Dan was saying, the variants. But this one's fun and it's simple and it's a bottle show with a fun concept. And you'll get impaled by a spike, but it's pretty good. Not my personal favourites, but I do like it. The sequel to the Bloodlines, this one called Family, and this time Ryak's been mind controlled to think that Tilk is a Shovar and he has a chemical in his teeth that'll poison everyone. That's interesting for sure. And he needs a new symbiote, and Tilk gives him a symbiote, and they steal another one, and it is pretty interesting. But child actors are never the best, or I think the adults keep it going. This one I rewatch, Secrets, where Sharai comes back. I always forget this one exists. Because guys, if you agree, tell me if you agree. Who forgot that Sharay's Gouldness was a plot point until you're reminded? Because I mean, same with Jack's son, obviously, but that wasn't current. I just sort of forgot. It plays so little part, really, even though it was the catalyst for him doing what he did. Although it's great to see these two, and I've met the man actor once, and he was nice enough. I like the episode because I like the Herua stuff at the end. I like Apophis, and I love him when he cameos just for 2 minutes. And it's fun to meet Herua. He's such an odd but memorable Gould. It's okay. And the second storyline for this one is the secret of the SGC gang out, and the US military probably running someone over. Not confirmed, but probably. Yeah. Decent, but I wouldn't say it was great. Oh jeez, Jeff Jacobs. I made a sale at work while sitting here, so I'll share it with you now. Please take a drink. Okay, just half a drink anyway. Make just pay 100. Jeff, you're at work? You're crazy. What do you work at then if it's a Sunday? Oh dear. Well, I guess salesman, obviously. But thank you, too kind. Dan23, sadly we can't actually pay for you to walk drunk through a Stargate. I might be offering video packages at the con I'm going to work at next, and then maybe you could. Maybe you could. Baal is the best, yes. Baal is the best. He is awesome. I work at home, it's all good. Good, so your boss is you saying, what are you doing? It's like, well, I'm watching my favourite show. No, you're not. Yes, you are. There you go, you can have an argument with yourself. Well, hopefully I'm keeping you company on this Sunday night, or Sunday afternoon, or Sunday morning, or Monday morning, depending where you are in the world. Next episode. Oh, this one. Tilt gets infected by a bug, and he becomes all cocoony. I don't remember if he spawns other bugs. I don't remember the end, which isn't a good thing. That's it. That's all I remember. It's called Bane. Something about it doesn't resonate with me. Toka though. Toka Part 1 and Part 2. Wonderful set design. Really simple. Just they build a space structure and put greebies on it in a sense. Great design of costumes. We've got a costume of the side. And the fact that the Tok'ra, the Carter's dad is set up in another episode, then comes back. Toka Part 2, getting symbiote healed, and he comes back throughout the entire franchise. Wonderful plot. I don't remember the B plot, but good episodes, good setup. Just good politics, good thought. Although it's weird that she's wearing a black hat with a green. I've noticed that before, but they're good. Good like politics episodes. Yeah. And when they say we are not gold, and then their eyes flash, and they say, "Have you seen your eyes or whatever?" Next episode, Spirits. I quite like this one. I think the man actor I threw a picture of. No, Katano. Nope. Maybe. The Native American guy is brilliant. I love his acting. I love it. In fact, SG-1's in it. And he was from earlier as well. Yeah, that was the. God, they love reusing actors, don't they? I mean, the simple aliens on here, and it's fun, and they can morph into animals. It's fun. It's a good sci-fi concept. We also get the whole Nakrita thing. They start to see potential Nakrita, and this, I think, we get their first mine and such. No, it's good. Decent episode. Touchstone. It's amazing how Touchstone, this amazing piece of sci-fi tech that can change the weather, and it all comes down. Really, the plot's about a secret NID team going through the other gate, which has been stolen, and they're trying to take technology. It's a good setup and a good human politics episode, and I do love how sidesteppy their Touchstone bit is. But they really went all in on the costumes and stuff for this one as well. It's okay. It's okay. This one, who someone in the chat always they don't like. This one's a matter of. See, again, it's moving things around from my list to theirs, but okay. Matter of time. The black hole. Time dilation. Important, given how many times it's in Stargate. I like the concept, but I think it fails a little bit in execution, and this is not the best looking effect. But I like how they, because the base is time dilated to a certain point, the outside world, say, oh, we haven't been in contact in 9 days, and then 12 days, and then they keep having different teams come in as from them times pass, and they come in, and then no times pass at all. So I like the concept of it. Then you have Fifth Race. That's an awesome one. The prequel ZPM, I love how consistent it is with the ZPM later. I love the logic of that. The ancient repository of knowledge, a single blank room with a single blank text, which then info dumps you, and then it rewrites your brain. Boy, that would have been useful tech. We've had all the answers to Destiny and Atlantis and all that stuff. Oh well. And the information is self-aware enough to know that it has to get them to Athala, the Asgard galaxy, to get the information out of his head. And we meet the ancients in their own place, and you get to see him walk around, and you might one day be the Fifth Race. No, it's nice, and the music's great too. What do people say? T-Shay COMC, I like the episode, but it doesn't handle the difference between the outside world all too well. Hawkins, they're naked. Yeah. Samuel, I apologise, you were right, of course, on the worst of season 1. I thought Bane was in season 1. Yeah. Well, you know, that's all good. Bane's not great, but it's a Tilk episode and he gets to act and stuff, so I give props for that. You're welcome. Slash, that's okay. Well then, I know you're rating for worse of season 2 then. The Apophis is back. This one's interesting because he devolves so drastically, aging process, that there's, you know, Peter Williams gets to walk on set one day and then all hours of makeup, and this is fun to see him so brought down. You know, he had all his motherships, he had all these fleets, being a god, and then another god kills him pretty much, destroys his ship. He escapes barely, and then he gets flagged down and uses Sokar uses him. I forgot Sokar's introduced so early, and he has to use the Tari as a escape route. Slash, if it doesn't work, Sokar will kill them all. Win-win. I mean, how clever is that for him? And the acting's good. And the fact that he actually does die, the host, we get to see the whole host for a few seconds, is interesting, and to see the fact that this guy, this actor, this villain is so diverse throughout the show. He comes back time and time again, never in a cheap way. I kind of forgot how many times he came back. It's actually amazing when you think about it. To take him from a certain point to the lowest point and still be scary, that says something about the acting and the writing and the realism of the suspension of disbelief they've created. So a real win. I don't like the episode that much, but I think a real win in terms of story, and certainly Tilk, I mean, he must be thrilled with this one. Thrilled. Just looking at the chat. When the death cry hits the ground, it's an impressive visual effect. Yeah, there's not many effects in it, which is allows them to do more with the money. But guys, all 59 of you and girls, have any questions? Super chat and I will answer them. But thank you all for joining me. 65 likes. Please do like if you'd like to. Next episode, Macheo. A Holiday. This one I always forget about, and I happened to have watched it while I was doing green screen. I quite enjoyed it. I love Michael Shanks in this makeup and this acting. He's very sort of one tone, but it's a fun one tone, and the voice is obviously too similar, and it helps to have him play both roles, because then he can just play himself without makeup as Macheo. It's good. It's a good concept again. Good simple art design. You get to see the outside world, which is a fun representation, time capture of the 90s, late 90s, and it looks so different yet the same. Although it's meant to be Colorado, but it's actually Vancouver. Not bad. I kind of Macheo is meant to be this amazing scientist that developed technologies to fight the good. It was a holiday. But nothing ever comes off of that, and I kind of wish something did come of that. But that is okay. Hey, Squandra Course. Hey, just listening while at work. Don't get caught. Do they ever use the wormhole from the gate as a weapon, direct it at a large ship plant, etc.? Yes, they did. A couple of times, actually. They used it to kill Kowalski. Well, the wormhole itself was a Kowalski. The wormhole itself to kill Kowalski when it deactivated. They used it to destroy the power core of a device by kawoosing into it. I think it was at late SG-1. And then in very, very late SG-1, they actually used it to destroy a Wraith Hive ship. Well, no, a Ori mothership in a Supergate. So actually, yes, it's not often used, but they do use it. And there is a episode where they actually disintegrate bodies with it, which is a simple, interesting thing. So yeah. Oh, destroy a sun, yeah. Well, wormholes, the black hole destroys the sun, but yeah. When we do see the ancient creator the Gould used to take, and why did they stop taking them as so much storage in humans? Carlo, can you please rewrite that more clearly? Which doesn't come back, but you have an episode about one of the inventions in season 3. Dan 23, which invention? I mean, we'll get there not very long, but I don't remember that off the top of my head. Next. Oh, this is a Star Trek episode. The idea being that they basically infect these people with a common cold, but because their common cold is not common to these people, it kills them horribly. Because the ecosystems are all connected, they're a hive sort of mind, almost more of a hive biology, I guess. Symbiosis maybe. It goes poor. It's not interesting. On paper it's better, but they don't think it does it particularly well. But it's a good Star Trek episode, and we should have one of these costumes. Well, there we go. And that was one false step. Nope, show and tell. Nope, no idea. Alright guys, skeptical deny. 1969. Now this one is also Star Trek almost, although they reference Star Wars in it. Named Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, and Kirk, Captain James T. Great episode. Really good sci-fi premise and introducing time travel via wormhole and solar flare. Super important concept. Used right here and used in the very last Stargate movie. So really important concept, really simple. The acting's really on point. Did Tilk get a fake wig for this? I just noticed that. I know he shaves his head, but or does it grow that much? I don't know if it's been there for a few bits, but I don't know. And the effect's great when they go into Shire Mountain. They zap the nuke and Hammond. It's a time paradox. It always happened. So it always happened because Hammond gives them the note. Just a really solid episode. And it's all kind of time paradox, but it's good. That is a great standalone. You can just enjoy it, sort of one, because it's a good team episode. Everyone does something, and Murray, aka Tilk, has fun with it. He means the Unus. Ah, thank you. Yeah, sorry, thank you. Appreciate that. So Carlos, when do we see the ancient creator of the Ghoul used to take? Why did they stop using Unus? Because they couldn't repair the Unus as well. The human body was more malleable than an Unus. They could have more overall strength and healing, but it was less manipulatable, and they couldn't do sexy times and have fun of pleasures of the flesh and eating. The Unus, it was that sort of stuff. I like that. Good question there. Mr. Mars, one thing this year was good was introducing characters that we hate and turning them to fan favourites. Mabel, Woolsey and McKay. Certainly very true. Oh, great cast of young Hammond. I would certainly agree. David Hilton, where is the best place to see the costumes in SG-1? I'm an artist. To see them, I mean, just watch the show, really. That's a very general very general question. And yes, the Tok'ra, there we go, that's what they did to bury bodies. Then we reach the end of the season. Hathor is back, and again, when you do it like this, when you go by one, you realise how much continuity the show actually had and cared about. I mean, she was only last year, but it felt such a big, ooh, she's back. And I really love the hello Colonial, you're 2078, and everyone knows dead, and the new SGC and the uniforms. It's very creative, and the sets are good, and the Jafar are good, and Hathor's really good, and the cannons are fun at the end, and the armor's just a solid episode. I think the pacing is, and I just rewatched both parts. The pacing's a little bit off. They didn't know when quite to have the changeover, because once they should have had the illusion longer and a quicker shift to, oh no, it's fake, in my opinion. The getting them escaping bit takes a couple too many minutes, and then suddenly, boom, Hathor. It doesn't quite pace the best, but I think they're running out of budget because there's so many things they had to build, which is fine. And a lot of guest stars and such. But it's good. Good episode. then rolls into season 3 as well. So there you go, season 2. And I probably won't do my show and tell. Yeah, Alan, I've skipped a couple earlier on because they were very like forgettable. I just missed a couple. I don't do it in like season 3 or 4, so we'll skip that for now. But that's okay. I didn't skip many. Yeah, well, read to, but I didn't know what to say about that episode at all. Have you already mentioned a Matter of Time episode? Yes, that's the explosion one. The black hole one. It's this one. Where is it? There it is. Matter of Time. Wormhole. No, not wormhole. Black hole. Black hole's going to explode. So yeah, season 2. I think. Well, now I can go through it. I think overall, episode 1 is great. 2 is great. 3 is okay. 4 is great. 5 is pretty good. Yep, 6 is pretty great. Not quite as good as great. I don't like 7 as much, but I know why it's good. 8's decent, although it introduced the Zat disintegrate, and then because they needed it for the episode, they sort of ignore it. 9 I could do without. 10, not my favourite. 11 and 12, great, but more build up. 13, I like it. Got some weak bits, but I like it. 14, I like half of it. I like the NID stuff. 15, I like it in premise, but not in execution. 16, brilliant. I like the Apophis ones. Serpent Song, I like it. Holiday, it's okay. Don't like One False Step. I don't like this one very much. The Reacher one's okay, but nice. It's 9, brilliant. And I like Hathor as well. So as you can tell, quite a few good ones. Jazia, $2. Remember her? 'Cause she's hot. You know what? Hathor's great. And yes, she is. Would it take you a whole lifetime to see the world if you used Asgard beaming? I don't know. I don't know. That actress, yum. So there we go. So guys, what is your favourite and least favourite of season 2? I think this season has some stronger strong and some weaker weak. Which is interesting now I'm going through it again. But it's a really good universe building one. We get the Asgard, we get the Tok'ra, we get multiple Gould. That's set in season 3. We get multiple Gould. Actually, we get quite a lot of Gould. Actually, we get a lot of Gould. We get a lot. Technically, we get her assassin. We get this dude, which I already mentioned before. Not Camulus, obviously. Hera twice. We get Apophis. We get Sharae, technically. A lot of Gould. What's your favourite and least favourite? Raj, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10, that's the same as season 1. Yes, Alan Parr. Yes. That's a good one. Stargate is a much higher ratio of good episodes than early Trek seasons. That is what I would agree. I think Stargate really found its niche, or found its jam very, very quickly, and I think Stargate has... They have as bad episodes, I think, pretty much on one hand. Maybe 2. Like, under a dozen bad episodes. For the most part, they are good, great, or amazing. A couple of but very few bad. There's some generally bad TNG episodes. A lot of mostly good / great, and a few spectacular. So I think the average for Stargate SG-1 is certainly is a better average, and especially in the early seasons, they're hitting a lot more hits. Just typing to someone, 1 second. So I think my favourite... Oh goodness. It's a toss-up between Fifth Race and 1969 because one is a sci-fi, one's a team adventure. I think they're both as good as each other on different realms. I'm probably gonna say 1969 because it's more fun to watch, but the sci-fi is better in Fifth Race. Worst is it's the bug one. It is the bug one. Yes, I think his face says it all. Yes. Alan Parr, best Fifth Race, worst one false step. Good. So we're at 70 people watching, which is a bit higher. Only 69 likes. You know you have to like it. I'm sure some of you have not liked it yet. Please use super chat for me to drink a bit more. I've got half a cider left. Or just a question, comment, thoughts. I've already got an hour and a half. Not that many of you are tuning in, but it's okay. So I'll go until 11 if we don't pick up. But you know, any super chats in the time are useful, even if we're not doing tremendously well. I thought I'd jump on to see if I can do something nice to help the channel, and you know, any little bit does help the channel, so I guess I did my bit, and we'll be meeting you again this coming week for more TNG reviews and other things, probably. But let's okay, if we've got half an hour left, let's go through some of my favourites as we go through. So the Seth episode in season 3 I really enjoy. I think it's framed well. I think the acting of this guy is really good. I think the pace is fun. I like the fact that you got double hand devices against each other. I think it's really enjoyable. I really like this one for the politics, the space politics, and what tremendous casting of these 3 actors, the actresses. The point we even see them all many times again, and I think all 3 appear in the movie. I think Nearty does in Continuum. Not quite sure. I like this one a lot. Aris Bok, an introduction of the cargo ship. Dead Man Switch, really fun episode. What a wonderful use of a forest, and you know, different bounty levels, different characters is really fun, and just I love the cargo ship design for every reason, but I also love the fact that we got so close to it in this episode. And they knew it was going to be used so many times later, so they built a really nice CGI model for the time that holds up very, very well. I've seen the CGI model later on, and it looks really good. So I really like this ship and this design, and there's not that many ships for a while, and this I think really stands out. Rules of Engagement, actually fun. I actually quite like it. Don't like this one. I like the double parter, where we get to see Apophis return, looking darn evil, way more menacing than his other appearances. He gets to kill Sokar, steals fleet, and become the most powerful Gould of the time. Wow, what a lad. Goes from hell to Apophis. Oh, come on, what a classic. Foothold. Great alien design, beautiful little device, great concept, really, really good episode. Tolan's. Yep, Tolan's Nox. Zapotkan's awful outfit. Terrible, but a good episode. He's fun. This one's okay, not the best. Replicators season 3. Nemesis, the Asgard's real enemy. The reason they can't just defeat the Gould is because the Replicators are doing bad things. Oh dear. Oh, Jeff Jacobs. Chris Judge went to my college at the same time as me, but he was on the football team and I did not run into him. Different circles. Oh, Did you know him after the fact? Did you know him enough? The ship special effects in Dead Man is best CGI I've seen. Oh yeah, beats the ones out. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they're very well done. I've seen some episodes where the Stargate is open without useful dying device. Yes, many times. It depends. You just need other tech to do it. Be a replicator. Great episode. Ship in orbit. Threat to the whole planet. Replicators introduced. A lot of CGI. Very well done. Very simple and yet so cool. Just wonderful concept. Wonderfully executed. And gotta love Thor. And then the part 2 of that is the submarine. Less good, but still fun. The cameo of Rene Auberjonois as the leader of this. Great morality tale. Really fun. Great CGI. Great fighter combat. Fun one there. Anise and the armbands. The Antarchan upgrade armbands. I really enjoy this one. This is one of my absolute favourites of the series. I love the pacing, I love the design, I love the idea of it. I love Anise and her sci-fi yet lying not really ways. The fact that they then finds brand new ship and you get all of the Sokar Jafar. And I've actually been to that location with the sticks. It's on a hill next to a restaurant that we did not stay at or did not eat at. It was way too expensive. No, I really enjoyed this episode. I think this is one of the better ones of the season for me, for sure. And that looks like a CGI Stargate to me. I have to go back and have a look because that looks like a digital. I mean, it's obviously all a map painting, but it'd be easy. They've already done the mountain range, which isn't there. They've rotoscoped around all the pillars to add more forest, rotoscoped in the thing. So it'd be easy to just put the Stargate in. Which is this? This is 4. It's upgrades. Let's have a look because they do jump through the Stargate.
Won't do it, sir. The power core of the ship is completely sealed in.
Yes, it is. Oh yeah, and the super speed. I love the super speed. Always wanted super speed. Let's have a. I mean, there's a lot of CGI happening in this shot, so it makes sense. I don't know. And that Jafar we see so many times. Oh, that does not look real. Yeah, I bet you that's not real. I bet you. I know you guys can't see it, but go back and watch the episode. Oh, it's reasonably well done. I just know the scene a bit. But yeah, I love this ship. Wow, I would love seeing the ship more. Don't really understand how it's being or how it's going to look, but that's okay. Let's go back to the chat. Doobadoo. Cargo ship equals Teltac. Yes, the Teltac. I think the gates can store power, but still turning the gate by hand is a pain. Yep, they can store power for sure. 86. Well, 71 by my reckoning on the Trek Yards thing. They don't have so many cool ships and Stargate shows. Yes, they did. Trek Yards also mentioned how the Asgard met the replicators. I think they literally just bumped into them once. That simple. And then they grew. Pretty much. Raj says, I would like the human form Milky replicas and the serum replicas to meet. That would have been great. Oh, bye bye, Carlo. Have a good night. So I like upgrades. And then the Revenge Pact, where you try to kill Tanith. And this lady, it's good. Zaytog 1, pretty good. Good continuity one. Window of opportunity. Now, come on. We've finally got a time loop episode. We must get some super chats for the time loop episode. If you loved Window of Opportunity, then you must super chat now. Any amount for the time loop. You like time loop. You want the time loop. Yeah. And I'll look back. I expect to see 1,000 super chats. No, but seriously, it's a really good episode. I mean, it's iconic. It's simple, it's smart, it embraces, because it's an easy end, it embraces the time loop lots of times. It lets them be serious for a bit, it lets them kiss Carter, lets them have Raj. I thought Reese created the second gen replicators. No, she created because think about it, the replicators are two different things. The Assyrians are replicators because of what they do. They are micro machines, nanites that replicate, but they're not the same as replicators in the Milky Way, who are built by a robot, yes, robot girl who's built by another race, as toys that lost control of, who like to protect her and self-preserve, and they are much less advanced as machines because they're big blocks, but they call them the same thing. They're not the same thing, and the ancients weren't the one that created the girl. I'm like 65% sure. That wouldn't really connect either. Well, she was already way too advanced. She wasn't a replica herself, so they're different, but they call them replicas. They both replicate, and just different levels of it's parallel development sort of thing. Let's have a look. By far the funniest episode of the series. Yes. Jarzia in the middle of my backswing. $2 Canadian. Thank you. Galaxy, 2 Canadian, you force my hand, win opportunity. Yes! It is superb. And Jeff Jacobs, $2. One of my favourite episodes in all the sci-fi. Yes! Very true. Very, very true. David Hilton, I know I'm off topic a little, but can you talk about the anime? Well. No, you retracted it, but I've never seen it either. Dusty V8 sound, you explained that well. Thank you! I appreciate that. I was trying to mental-line it? I was trying to make it make sense as I was going. But thank you, I appreciate that. Which actually, that sounds like a worth a Trekkers episode or a Fleet Yards, just discussing the fact they're not the same. Except in concept they are. Yeah. But the fact they became human form is the interesting bit, that they evolved to the same place. Via time dilation and neutronium, they got to a similar place. That's what's impressive. So I guess you could say parallel development and evolution, that the ancients went straight for the advanced variant, but the other ones evolved themselves into the similar things by nanites doing the same thing, although we've never seen those guys replicate. I guess technically those didn't replicate, but I mean, you assume they did based on how so many of them? Tricky. Marina Sirtis, being a Russian, it's okay. I don't like it that much as an episode, it's okay. Shaka! No, it's Chaka. It's not when the walls fell, it's Chaka. Not Beast of Burden, it's dunno. Lost track. It's good. I like the unit's design a lot. I like Daniel a lot, he's always fun. The Memories one, this one's pretty good. That's a weird still to have. That one is, because I've already passed. Oh, that's why I'm on this season already. That's why I was beneath the surface. This is Point No Return, I guess. It's in a different order on the wiki, but Martin's great. We watched that as well. It's definitely fun. X-301, the first human spaceship, but really they just put two death gliders together and added missiles. It's good. Digger 1 at 1201 Zulu. It's good. It's not. I don't think it holds up as well now, but it is good. Osiris. That's a pretty good episode. Again, I rewatched this. I think I was starting at season 4. Yeah, 4. This one's good. I love her performance. I love the mystery factor. The ship at the end is weird but good. Mostly weird. This one's good. We reveal Apophis' new ship. Well, sorry. Give credit its due. Sokar's flagship. Great to see another Ghoul mothership. There's some really dodgy CGI models in this episode. when we look at the mothership in its full detail, I have to break it down and be like, oh, because they do a lot of CG in this episode, so they have to start budgeting for time. You can tell. But I like the Apophis design, and again, lots of cargo ship stuff. Love it. Love the interior. Love the exterior. Love the tension. Love the minefield. It's fun. It's fun. Trekkers, we don't know the origins of the Milky replicas other than any race built them. There is a possibility that they're based on the same code. Well, we know they were made as toys by the lady, and that's what destroyed her planet. So they're indigenous to that planet, and she built them, and I doubt the people who had the planet programmed her to build them. So it was an unhappy accident. Now, same code. Problem is, to be based on the same code, you'd have to have the ancients, because the ancients had long since left the galaxy Pegasus. Now, when they came back, they went to Earth, but they didn't bring that much tech. So to share the same tech and same code, the post-Atlantis ancients, having come back to Earth without that tech, would have to have actively moved around. They did a bit, but moved around more. And then, despite failing and abandoning it, designing a robot who isn't a replicator, who isn't built on nanites, and letting... I mean, we assume that... I think they say for 1,000 years that race has been destroyed, but that's way after Ancients, so that tech could have been left on that planet and used, but then it would have been more advanced code, and then they wouldn't have been destroyed. I think it's unlikely. I think that's going too far to linking it, in my opinion. Raj, do you think it is surprising that Jack and Tilk forgot the ancient language? They learned that language, or at least a dialect of it. No, I don't think it's surprising, because they did learn it, but they learned it by memorizing it. I don't think that they didn't learn the entire vernacular. They didn't need to. So I think the amount of stuff they had to remember in Window Opportunity meant they kind of lost it all at some point. But I like the idea. Trekkers, look at how many things Ancients left behind. Yeah, but that's different Ancients. Those are early Ancients, not late Ancients, because of the tech difference. You've got to think post-Atlantis Ancients were different. They stayed... Dusty V8 sound. You have to do it. You have a review about the Osiris ship. Yeah, I want the 3D model, man. I really want it to see it, because we don't appreciate it, and I'm very, very keen on that. Very keen on that. Mr. Miles, example of what I mean. The Asgard computer was able to produce replicators. If they had defeated the Asgard, then would have when we found them, we'd think the Asgard built them. Yes, but she knew she was making toys, and she admitted to destroy the planet. I think you're reaching, honestly. We've not met the alright. No. Wikipedia says Asgard discovered the replicas on a planet in the Ida galaxy. Yes, they moved a long way, but also in the galaxy that SG-1 went to with Apophis. So they really got around. My assumption is that they were built and then they went out and spread. And I mean, you know, don't have to go in a straight line. They might have just travelled. So, for example, if the first people that found replicas got off planet, if they got off planet on a ship that wasn't native, they might have gone somewhere and they can improve the hyperspace, and they might have gone somewhere else. I mean, you know, it's a long time. But yeah, they got them in different galaxies. They got to 4 galaxies. It's impressive. Tim Theo, yes, that was my thought too. Dale Stafford just got it from TMP. How drunk is Sammy? Looks cold. I'm actually pretty warm, and very few people super chatted at all, let alone to finish a drink. So I got some of the cider, because dude, pay me to drink. But yeah, I love the ship. This is a good one. This is a great example of tier concept at its fullest. 2010, which was the future when they made it. 2001. The idea being that this is after we meet a friendly race who helps us always we need to announce only gate travel is just like plane travel with one plane. It's great. You know, they're so redundant that SG-1 is that some of them are retired, and the Jafar Gould been defeated because Shen, and now they're actively while keeping us alive longer and better health, they're actively what's the word, not, well, I guess neutering, but sterilizing us so that they can eventually take the planet and turn into a farming planet. And then they use the wormhole sun trick to get a note back in time and undo it. Tremendous episode. Super clever. Then Absolute Power. I quite like. I just resaw Absolute Power. I like it. So this is the Osiris child, which is the genetic child of two Gould. Yes, Lexistrum 2001 is a tremendous undo. Very clever. Very clever. Zelenka ended up in Arrow, yes, but well before Zelenka even exists. I really like the Gould killing satellites in Absolute Power, and Shizu. I just watched it 3 days ago. I can't remember his name. Yeah, but it's good. I like the natural progression. I like the fact that he's living his Gould fantasy, that he kills Apophis almost and hand devices Jack. It's fun. It's a creative episode, and that's Daniel, the actor Michael Shanks, do some fun stuff. This one, I liked it better this time round. What's it called? Prodigy. I like it. I skipped the light, but that's okay. Just fun premise, fun delivery, good sci-fi. This is the one, you were right there, that said about the putting electricity AI into the walls. It's okay. My favourite. Then you got double Jeopardy and Exodus. The continuation of the not Camulus, not Nearty, Kronos, what a fun villain. And again, season 1 continuity, bringing it back. They really did care about their own continuity, making things call back. You get doubles. I love the start of the episode where they're in old uniform, well, they're in their uniforms with their old guns, and that's the hint, because they only have those guns, which you don't notice because no one said, oh look, a P90. And then other Tilk gets to kill Kronos in front of real Tilk, and you get to go on a mothership and the P90 fight, and at the end, we get a mothership. We get a spaceship, everyone! It's our first full-on spaceship, and boy, the next episode, Exodus. I love Exodus. I really love this episode. It's the first spaceship episode with good CGI. Introduced Al Kesh. They obviously improved the Gould mothership model because it's better in this episode. You get Apophis' flagship, you get his fleet, you get Tanith, you get a plan, you get Destroy Sun. I mean, it's such a good sci-fi episode. The sets are great. I could watch this one over and over again. Really good episode, and it ends on such a wonderful cliffhanger of them being thrown across the universe in a different galaxy where they meet replicators in part 2 in season 5. Really good episode. I like it a lot. Hope you guys agree. Hey, Dale Stafford came to the chat's rescue. Drinkman, 3 times fast. Red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. You're terrible. Hey Dale, you save for super chats because $10. $10 makes such a difference on the chat. If we had like $10 in a super chat, that would like a lot that would a lot increase what we make in a live. Doesn't take much to in a week or in a day. It doesn't take much to increase what we do. And Bill Box says, didn't you try P90 at a Trek convention? You know what? I did. And you know what? For $10 more super chat, I will show footage of me shooting a Stargate FNP90 in real life. And to tease that real life, again $10. I'm off screen now, but I can still talk about my gonna get out my airsoft convention costume P90. But for $10, I'll show a clip because everyone wants to see a P90 in real life. Hopefully. Yes. So, airsoft one. A note. Trigger discipline even if it's fake. Ha! Jarzia, $10 Canadian. I hope for American, but that's okay. That's funny. What's that in American? It's like 7 in American. But you know what, Jarzia? You're awesome. And again, little bits make a difference. So I'm going to have to find that. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm not sure I can say because I'm meant to be providing entertainment. But while you're waiting for me, let me know what is your favourite and least favourite of season 4, because it is a good season. And thank you again, Jarzia. What? Oop. P90 teas. There you go. Let's see. So you got Mission Vegas, and it's in the phone folder. And it's right at the end. So yeah, what was your favourite, mostest favourite, leastest favourite of this season? And let me find the P90. I wanted one with the correct dot scope, but they refused to give me the one with the... Well, I mean, they didn't have one, I do mean. Dan23, yes, 3-sided pyramid ship lands on a 4-sided pyramid. That I only noticed when I was looking at some 3D stuff, and it's like, yup. I love that. I love that mistake so much. I really do. Proves it can be done. No, it's super daft. Mission Vegas. Searching for the file. There we go. 4 minutes. Gotta love a P90. Bill Barkley, pyramid ship is a Hatak. Yes it is. A Hatak class mothership. Oh, maybe this was in 4K and it wasn't in 4K. Oh, that's interesting. Was this in 4K? Oh, well, there you go. Good. The P90 was in 4K. Right. Good. So here I am. Here's him explaining a P90 to me. Look, a P90 and a P90. Yay. So we've got little dots. And if you do like a P90, then do super chat because you like a P90.
You ready?
Are you ready?
You want a picture with it?
Boy, that sight was not a good sight. I'll be very honest. Not a good sight at all. Not recoil. That's why it's fun. And it's bullets coming down here. Okay, forward another few. Yay. So yeah, everyone can blame that's back on season 1. Everyone can blame Jarzia for a P90. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. How was that, guys? Do I get any super chat for awesome P90ness? Do I? Any? I mean any. Dale, now I get the jacket. Yes, sir. I have a full costume. I love the collar. I love the collar. Any super chats for the P90? Absolutely any. Bill, I wouldn't have could. So I'll stop at season 4 then, because we're about at the end of today. 65 people watching. Had a few super chats, so thank you for that. Christopher Rollins, Jardo, too bad they just don't do any damage. Yeah, but their arm piercing, so if you shoot someone through the heart, or the leg, or the head, pierce the armor, and you kill them, it's a precision weapon to actually take out the enemy. It's not there to cause lots of damage, you know. So go straight through them and cause damage that way. So season 4, which starts with, just so I make sure I'm on the right page. Starts with part 2 of this. The part 2 replica is okay. I like the card stuff better. I like the her dealing with Thor is fun. Pretty good. I'm gonna say pretty very good. So 2, love upgrades, love it. It's okay. The Tanith one, decent. This one, just watched it. It's a good drama, but I don't connect with it personally that much. Wheel Opportunity, amazing, awesome stuff. The Russian one, okay. I like the sets. Chaka, it is good, but I don't like it that much. This is good acting. This one with the memory loss, it's good acting. I'll give them that. But it's not necessarily my favourite show. I think this is a good Prisoner one. I'm not sure. Murray, it is good, but again, not quite my favourite. Exterior one, good, not my favourite. Osiris, pretty good because of the acting. Serpent Song, I call it very good. 2010, very good. Absolute Power, pretty good. Proving Ground, pretty good. Electronic one, okay. Double Jeopardy, very good. And Exodus, even better. Yes, Raj, just saw her. P90 was designed to go through light body armor. Yes. Because beautiful body armor. P90 is not standard in any way. No, it's very specialized. There's only 2 firearms that utilize this style of ammunition. So it's awful for battlefield because you have to bring all your own ammo. Whereas if you had like a, MP5, you just pull other people's ammo. But very very useful, very low recoil, very good range, very accurate at that range, very good rate of fire for its size, very compact, very easy havable. The mags are kind of sucky to carry, but you can get good holsters for them. Just a effective kill weapon. I mean, it's not not a flourish, it's just a kill weapon. And accuracy. So yeah, I think now the problem this season, right? This season has 3 really excellent episodes. Upgrades, and I'm going to separate them because they're really good. Upgrades is excellent. Window Opportunity is excellent. And I think the final one is also excellent. You've got good character sci-fi. You've got good character sci-fi with funny. And you've got good sci-fi with ships. And it's the very first big ship episode. So guys, you tell me what is your favourite of these 3 for the best of series 4. You let me know in the comments below now. I don't know if I'm torn or not because they're all so different. They're different. Dusty V8. A lot of season 4 has beautiful CGI map paintings throughout it. Yes, it really does. Christopher Helmsman, is that real P90? No, you're kidding. It's an airsoft. Jeez. Christopher Rollins. Why don't they aim for their face? A headshot will be easy. Plus, in Stargate, most far wear heavy armor, though all the bullets go through it without a problem. So yeah, 3 very good ones. I know you all want Window Opportunity. It is amazing. But Upgrades for me is so fun and space. I'm going to give all 3 an equal fun value. Because I think they're all a 10 out of 10. For different reasons. Probably this one's a 9.9. Because of some slight pacing issues. But for me, they're all a 10, I think. What do you think? Am I fair? Are these 3 a 10? I legitimately want to know. I legitimately want to know, so please do put in the chat, the 73 of you, I would love to know. And Dan23, first time sending a super chat. Is that really? No, it can't be Dan23. I feel like you've said many times. I doubt that, and if it is, then you've got away with feeling like you have by just being in every chat and talking every chat. You're crazy, man. What do you guys think? Brian Crescent. Hello, Commander. I'm very late. Yes, you are. But just got in. I've never really hated any of the Stargate episodes. I've enjoyed the whole series. Good sci-fi. Yes. Yes. Tungrin 3434. In the UK, even police don't have guns. Why would they have guns? Why would the police have guns? Guns are bad. Guns kill people. Don't have guns. It's easy. Just don't. I mean, tasers are different. But don't have guns. No one needs a gun, really. I mean, obviously, if the bad guys have guns, fine, but the bad guys shouldn't have guns either. So, you know. Yeah. Yeah, Bill Barkley, in the UK, the police should carry Zat Nicotels. I would agree. But yeah. There you go. I think that ends tonight's live with a... Oh, Patrick, really? What timing? Completed the rewatch yesterday. How good for you. But yeah, there you go. I think we'll end tonight's live on a 3-way tie for best of season 4. And I think, honestly, when we look at... Oh, we're in season 4. But I gave season 1's best was to the last episode, didn't I? And season 2's best was the 969/5th race. Season 3's best was... What did I say was season 3 best? Did I not say season 3's best? I skipped. I skipped season 3. I like Seth a lot. I like... I think Dead Man's Switch my favourite. I just rewatch it a lot. I think my season 3 favourite. But 4, I mean, these 3 are hands down better than any other show so far. So that shows you how quickly they're evolving the quality. Yeah. I think it shows they've really upgraded. Trickers, is that still the policy in the UK? It was when I learned about it in high school, but that was already a decade ago. Yeah, we do not want guns. The police. I mean, I've seen the police have guns in the airport. In Pancras, they're G3s once or twice because of like terrorism alerts, and they're in airports because it's a little bit different, and it's disconcerting because having someone with a gun walk around an airport is like that person could kill you instantly, and that's not an okay feeling. To have them walking around, and I went to America, and it's like they've all got every border patrol guy's got a gun on a holster. It's like Jesus Christ, much more scary. Not good. But yeah, we just don't, you know. And it's funny, the mayor of London says, "Oh, we've got a knife crime epidemic," but it's like literally anyone can buy a knife or steal a knife. There's a trillion knives because lots of things are knives. It just people want to kill people they can. Don't need a gun to do it, so shouldn't need to have guns. But that said, I like the artistry of a gun as a design, and I love the design of this. And it's a costume piece. This is an airsoft, so I don't condone the real thing, except for target practice and such, which is a fun art. As like archery would be a fun art. You know, if you like archery, why wouldn't you like target practice. That's how I enjoyed it when in Vegas. Really. We'll rewatch the stream as I was late. Good for you, Patrick. But then you'll hear all the random taunts people, but the chat won't. If you don't have the chat, it won't know. Raj, when we cover the rest of SG-1, well, very few people turned up, and very few super chats. So there's clearly not a lot of interest for this. I might try during a weekday, see if more people are around, because we tend to get over 100 sometimes normally. So a bit disappointing. I was hoping we'd get like 200, 300 people watching because it was a weekend, and would make enough super chats to kind of offset the really bad month. That the exact opposite happened. Very disappointing, but I enjoyed myself. It was a nice time with you all, and a few people helped out with that. So I don't know. I'm not going to put on the to-do list because it's been a bit of a failure, but I had fun. I just have other things that I've got to be doing. I posted a few things on YouTube before, but never sent a super chat before. Well, Dan23, you're awesome. And yes, the P90 did appear in an episode of Andromeda with Tony Todd. It's an alright one. A big, like, cylinder ship. Jazia, 2 clearing doors. Aliens and Nemesis, where they found B4 used P90. Did they really? I didn't cotton on to that, and I'm very good at noting P90s. Did they really? I haven't got the right hard drive for those files. Okay, I'll later. Huh. You never really get that big a sense of them, but that's funny. There are a lot of P90s out there in films and movies. There was one recently that I was like, oh my god, P90s. Cops in the UK have tasers. Some do. Well, yeah, I guess most do. In Netherlands, all officers carry a pistol, but they are still trying to get taser. Yuck. I don't feel they shoot as many people in Netherlands. A taser preferred as an intermediate between gun and baton. Absolutely. Joshua, thank you for covering more Stargate. They're always my favourite videos you make. Well, that's sad then, because I try and we don't do that many. But thank you, appreciate that. You know, Furious Fonz, people have to work early tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's true. It's true. The problem is though, time zones. Most of our fan base, it's like 5 in the afternoon, and if you're in LA, it's like 3 in the afternoon. So most of our fans, it's just a chill afternoon. If you're not doing anything, you could turn up. And then I did start earlier, so people in the UK could be up. So I did try, didn't quite work. But we want to do our drunk one during a weekend early in the day, like lunchtime, so it's early for everyone. That'll be better. And Saturday's probably better because everyone will be, as you say, not for Sunday. And that'll be good. Joshua, I've met Tony Todd. I actually haven't met Tony Todd. I've met most of them, but I have not met Tony Todd. Always enjoyed these additional chats in addition to regular trade cards. Thank you, Dale. I do try. Brian Cranston, sorry Commander, but I was out of town. Oh, welcome back. And you just happened to see us going on. Got here in the end though. You have 8 likes to boot, so it's not too bad. No, it's not too bad for people having watched. Jazia, the P90 is not a sniper rifle though. Also, we never found out just how tough to fire armor is. But if a 9mm can get through 5.76, we'll go through like butter. Yeah, I mean, although we did see Carter shoot a moving thread from quite a while away, putting pinpoint, so it is at that range. You would count it pretty good. Turning about the Netherlands, yeah, it's not like in the US, but sometimes warning shots or even people are shot. But I mean, warning shots fine, but eh. Mechanics. 1228. Slow day at work, no problem watching. Yes, you're sneaky man. Furious Fonz, I told my girlfriend good night 1.5 hours ago. Yeah, I understand. I just said bye to mine. Trade cards, they're still relatively safe. You have more, not a large risk of being shot in a criminal settlement. Oh Jesus. What are the shows you're going to cover? Killjoys. Not seen Killjoys, but again, people have not really tuned up for this one or super chatted, so I might want to do more. Christopher Rollins counters Jazia. Also, if Jafar armor is more advanced to humans, a 9mm wouldn't work. But Christopher Rollins, they used MP5s from seasons 1, 2, 3.5, and they used 9mm. So every time they killed a Gould between seasons 1 and 3, it got through Jafar armor. So yes, and the amount of times, and even in Continuum, Stargate Continuum the movie, Daniel uses a Beretta to kill Jafar effortlessly, which is weird because they should be able to heal with their symbiotes, but whatever. So yeah, effortlessly. I think that Jafar armor is really just there to take on like swords, because the whole point about Jafar armor is the same with the weapons. The Zat is really the functional weapon. Unlimited ammo, small on them the whole time, very easy to kill, easy to disintegrate, easy to stun. Stealth weapon is a weapon of intimidation. So is the armor. It's big, it's thumping, you look good, you look impressive. The head surely isn't practical. I'm sure it doesn't weigh that much because it's sci-fi armor, but it's certainly not. It's not going to stop a big laser blast. But most races, most of your slave races, most people you're trying to be against, fight with swords and bows. I'm sure, although I guess we have seen a bow also go through Jafar armor. Yeah, crossbow. Yeah, that's true. We have. Thoroughly ineffective. The problem is that people come here because they like Star Trek. You're boxed into a corner. Shows like Stargate might not get the watch levels. A shame, as I equally love Stargate with Star Trek. Very true. Although I did a Stargate ship live and we got plenty of likes, plenty of super chats, plenty of views. It's variable. I just wanted to try. I mean, you don't know until you do extra ones, just in case. Now our Star Wars episode 9 did really, really well. That was our best super chat in the last 2 months, which is really, really useful. So we try. But we try and help. Yeah, we try and help. Try and do fun things. But we understand. I think that's probably it. Then I'll say it. Hopefully we'll cover Rise of Skywalker. Yes, Bill, we will. Our content for that did very well, so we'll absolutely cover it. I definitely will want to say what I think. So, as I always say, who wants to be our final super chat of the night? We are done and dusted, and who wants to be the final one? And then I can go. Not sure what else I'm going to do today. I'm waiting on notes from my fan films to make more work for them. I'm still working on the Avalon Universe Demons, the next fan film. Demons looking very, very good so far. Looking very, very good. Romulan War still going. I've done another couple of shots. I've done a Romulan Starbase for them. That's going to look hopefully really good when we get to that. Let me have some visuals going. What else? It's pretty much all the VFX I'm doing right now. But another project I might be working on at some point in 2020. But Avalon's good. I'm actually starting to work on Avalon episode 3. The to be crowdfunded after episode 2 comes out, which is exciting. It is doesn't matter which geek spectrum you're in, you're going to enjoy episode 3. And he had a great concept, and it was a bit too. How does this happen? So I suggested a slight tweak with a more Trek themed impetus, and he used it. And it means I have to do some ground-based CGI, which is always kind of fun. Integrating I won't say too much. A ground thing into a real scene, which will be a lot of fun to see. And Demons is going to be good. We've got new, as you guys know, in Demons we've got a new Bird of Prey and a new D7. D7 is being finished right now in terms of texturing. And the Bird of Prey is done. The shots are being done for it now. It's a great example of familiar yet different. Hopefully you'll agree it's a more meaty looking D7, Bird of Prey, sorry. I want to see how the D7 turns out, because that should look even meatier. And I'm excited for next episode too, because I get to double change the Constitution class. As you guys know, we're upgrading. Oh, still no final super chat, so I have to keep talking for the final super chat. The final super chat, and I can go. yes, some good stuff. It's nice to be working on Trek fan content. I've got a couple of shots in a Dreadnought Dominion coming up. So Intrepid. I've done some shots for them. A fun time story, sort of a time story. That should be fun. Nothing too extreme there. And Romulan War, a lot of stuff for that. We just finished designing. I just finished designing a NX era fighter. That's tricky. That was tricky. And the Starbase, which I'm quite fond of, and we're building a ship for third episode of Avalon, which is going to be so cool, so cool. We're building a ship that's never been done to this level of quality ever, and I always like being that sort of fancy pants when it comes to design and building. And I legitimately hope a lot of you will come out of the woodwork, because they need support to do more fan films, and it's absolutely worth the Demons set. They have lofty, hefty ambitions, but they actually have the credentials to make it, which does help. We're hoping to release episode 2 at the end of October, or the start of October, I guess. No, the end of October. The last. Well, it's the anniversary of the last film, the last big one. So it'd be Hollywood. There we go. Halloween. So I'm quite tired now. Halloween, and then they're gonna release the next couple parts as they go, and then hopefully we'll get episode 3's Indigo going at the end of the year. It's gonna be so much fun to shoot and CG for that. That's gonna be such a ride. If they shoot it the way I'm hoping, such a ride. Yeah, and Dale Stafford coming in to save the day. Have a great night, Sam. Thank you for this live. You are welcome, and I'm sure we'll do some more this week about Star Trek, because you're here for Star Trek as well. We have one more TNG episode to do. Then we have to do a live on a weekend, but not sure which weekend is going to be the one. So to work out what else. Might do a Picard one. Who knows? Probably like to turn up for that. But yeah, thanks everyone so much. And we did the seasons 1 to 4. And we got some of the best of all Gate, so I think that's a good way to end. So yeah, see you next time for more Stargate glory, and I hope you enjoyed my costuming. And I got through one cider. Let me just finish it. Good night, everyone. Bye.